If you believe that aches after 50 are just a normal part of aging, you are dangerously mistaken because ignoring certain pains could secretly cost you your health, your independence, and even your life. And the first hidden warning you must never overlook is persistent back pain. Because while it's tempting to blame it on bad posture, old mattresses, or too much yard work, the shocking truth is that lingering lower back pain after 50 often masks serious problems like spinal stenosis, degenerative disc disease, or even hidden kidney disorders that quietly eat away at your strength until one day you find yourself unable to move without agony. And sometimes that dull ache is the first and only signal that a deadly abdominal aneurysm is slowly growing in silence. A time bomb you carry without knowing it until it's too late. And that's why you should never brush off a backache that lingers or worsens over time, because it could be your body's desperate attempt to warn you of a coming disaster. Second, if you experience chest aches, even mild ones, you should treat them as flashing red lights, because the shocking reality is that heart disease doesn't always announce itself with crushing pain the way you see on TV. Instead, it often creeps in with minor tightness, strange fatigue, or feeling like indigestion. And you should know that over half of all heart attacks occur without the classic symptoms, especially in people over 50, meaning that your heart could be screaming for help in a whisper. And if you ignore it, you risk suffering what doctors call a silent heart attack, which often proves fatal or leads to permanent heart damage, cutting your life short in the most tragic and preventable way. Third, shoulder, knee, and hip pains should never be dismissed as just arthritis without serious investigation, because while common arthritis causes many aches, there is a darker, hidden threat that often gets missed. Osteonecrosis, a shocking condition where bone tissue dies due to reduced blood flow, leading to irreversible joint collapse. And this terrifying problem usually starts with seemingly harmless joint aches that worsen only slightly at first, lulling you into false confidence until surgery becomes your only option. And even more alarming, certain types of joint pain could be early signs of autoimmune diseases that attack your own body from the inside out if you don't catch them in time, silently stealing your mobility and energy day after day. Fourth, you should be deeply suspicious of any new or unusual headaches after 50, because while headaches are common at any age, the kind that arise later in life can secretly point to hidden dangers, such as brain aneurysms, escalating hypertension, or even silent tumors that grow unnoticed until they cause catastrophic damage. And the real warning is that headaches associated with these hidden killers often don't feel dramatically worse than normal. They can masquerade as mild tension headaches or occasional migraines, tricking you into ignoring them until the window for safe treatment has closed, which is why you should never tolerate repeated headaches that feel different, last longer, or come with other subtle symptoms like slight vision changes or confusion, because your brain could be crying out for help before permanent damage is done. Fifth, abdominal aches that seem minor but linger deserve your full attention, because your gut is home to some of the most silent and deadly threats after 50. And shocking studies have shown that many cases of pancreatic, colon, or liver cancer present first as vague discomfort, fullness, or minor cramping that people tragically dismiss as gas, constipation, or bad eating habits. And even something as seemingly innocent as persistent bloating can be an early clue that your internal organs are struggling under the weight of a hidden, growing problem. So you should see any recurring or unexplained abdominal ache as a hidden warning that demands real answers, not wishful thinking, not temporary relief from antacids, but full investigation to rule out the silent killers that thrive on your inattention. What makes all of these pains even more dangerous is that after 50, your body becomes a master of hiding severity under mild symptoms. And what would have felt unbearable at 30 can now appear as nothing more than mild annoyance, giving you a false sense of security that allows problems to fester and grow unnoticed. And the shocking truth few doctors explain is that your aging nervous system doesn't report damage with the same intensity anymore, meaning you must be even more vigilant, questioning every new or worsening pain with the seriousness it deserves, because the hidden dangers after 50 aren't the obvious injuries you can see or feel immediately. They are the silent breakdowns, the creeping losses, the slow destructions that build under the surface until they finally erupt in ways you can no longer control. Your best weapon against this hidden war is ruthless attention to your body's whispers, taking action on pains that seem suspicious even if you feel silly for doing so. Because the cost of ignoring the wrong ache even once could be years of suffering or life cut short, and no amount of optimism or toughing it out will protect you from dangers you refuse to see. The real strength after 50 is not in brushing off pain, but in facing it head-on, asking hard questions, questions demanding real answers, and refusing to let fear or denial dictate your choices, because those who survive and thrive into their 70s, 80s, and beyond are not the ones who had no health issues. They are the ones who acted swiftly and bravely at the first sign that something was wrong, even when everyone else told them it was probably nothing. You should trust your instincts enough to know that your body never sends pain without a reason, and the secret to living stronger, longer, and better after 50 is listening with ruthless curiosity to every ache, every spasm, every discomfort, treating each one not with fear, but with urgent respect. Because the shocking reality is that hidden threats thrive on your hesitation, and every day you wait is a day they grow stronger, while your options quietly disappear. So the challenge you face is simple but powerful. Pay attention to the aches, question them, investigate them, demand clarity, because ignoring them out of hope, fear, or stubbornness is a silent betrayal of everything you've worked for all your life. And the life you save by taking action today could very well be your own. If you found this helpful or have any other questions, please leave a comment below. Thank you.